Let me hit you with a harsh truth. You've been lied to about becoming smart. They told you it takes 12 years of school, 4 years of college, maybe a PhD, and $200,000 in student loans, just so you can sit in a cubicle correcting PowerPoint font sizes for your boss named Karen. Congratulations, you're educated. But here's the twist. Being smart? Actually way easier than all that. In fact, I'm about to show you how to level up your brain faster than your Wi-Fi when you finally restart the router. Here's the real problem. Most of us feel dumb way too often. You forget where you put your phone while you're literally holding it. You zone out in a conversation and suddenly realize you just nodded at someone asking if they can borrow $500. Or worse, you Google a simple math problem like 7 times 8 and then still double-check the calculator. We've all been there. School makes you memorize Shakespeare's cousin's dog's middle name, but no one teaches you the real cheat codes for thinking clearly, learning faster, and sounding like the person in the room who has it together. So here's my promise. By the end of this video, you'll have 5 ridiculously simple ways to become smarter without selling your kidney for college tuition or reading boring textbooks that smell like depression. I'll explain it. I'll give you examples. And then I'll throw in a funny twist so your brain actually remembers it. Sound good? Cool. Let's go. First hack. Learn to ask dumb questions. Smart people aren't the ones who know everything. They're the ones who aren't afraid to ask the dumb question. Because here's the secret. The dumb questions are usually the ones everyone else is secretly wondering, but too scared to ask. Think back to math class. Teacher says, now obviously the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. And you're sitting there like, okay, but what does that actually mean? Does it plug into a charger or what? If you'd asked, everyone else would have been relieved because they were also lost. The truly dumb move? Nodding along like you understand. Then years later telling your friend, yeah, mitochondria is like a gas station for cells. So stop pretending. Ask the dumb question. That's actually the smart move. Next time you're confused, picture yourself raising your hand and secretly becoming the hero of the class, while everyone else is just silently Googling later like cowards. Second hack. Read weirdly broad stuff. Being smart isn't about reading more. It's about reading different. Most people only consume the same type of content. The same Instagram reels, the same celebrity drama, the same boring work email. That's like trying to build a house with only a hammer. The real hack? Read broadly, randomly, weirdly. Monday, you read an article about black holes. Tuesday, a thread on how stand-up comedians write jokes. Wednesday, a cookbook from Thailand. Now suddenly your brain starts making connections. You're in a meeting, someone says, this project is falling apart. And you casually say, yeah, like a star collapsing into a black hole. Boom. You sound smart, mysterious, and maybe slightly terrifying. Meanwhile, your coworker is like, I just watched 9 hours of Kardashians. Who do you think sounds sharper? Picture your brain like a buffet. If all you eat is chicken nuggets, social media drama, you're going to be mentally constipated. Add sushi, tacos, lasagna. Suddenly you're feasting on ideas. Third hack. Steal smart people's brains. Legally. You don't need to invent brilliance. Just copy-paste from people smarter than you. Podcasts, YouTube talks, interviews, biographies. These are basically cheat sheets from geniuses who already did the hard work. Steve Jobs once said creativity is just connecting things. That means if you binge podcasts from scientists, comedians, entrepreneurs, and even random philosophers, you start collecting Lego blocks of ideas. Then when life throws a problem at you, you're like, oh wait, I've got a block for that. This is why hanging out with only your drunk friend Kyle isn't helping. His best advice is, bro, just text her at 3 a.m., trust me. Imagine your brain as a Spotify playlist. Do you really want it to be just Kyle's karaoke? Or do you want it full of TED Talks, history, business hacks, and comedy bits? Fourth hack. Write stuff down. Our brains are leaky buckets. You think you'll remember that brilliant idea in the shower? Spoiler. You won't. Smart people don't rely on memory. They externalize it. They write stuff down. Richard Feynman, Nobel Prize-winning physicist, used to explain complex theories by writing them down in simple language, like he was teaching a 5-year-old. That's how he tested if he really understood something. Meanwhile, we're over here like, yeah, I'll totally remember that thought about starting a business. 5 minutes later, gone. Replaced with, I wonder if pigeons ever get lost. Picture your brain as a messy desktop with 97 tabs open. Writing things down is like hitting Save As. Boom! Clean desktop. Now your brain can actually breathe. Fifth hack, change your environment. Your environment is like the Wi-Fi for your brain. If it's weak, everything loads slowly. If you hang out in noisy, chaotic, messy spaces, your brain gets fuzzy. But if you change your environment, quiet cafe, clean desk, people who actually motivate you, you level up instantly. Ever notice how you suddenly feel smarter just walking into a library? Like, you don't even read anything, but suddenly you're like, yes, Dostoevsky was clearly misunderstood. Meanwhile, try studying at home with your mom. Vacuuming, your dog barking, and Netflix autoplaying. Are you still watching? Of course, you're still watching Netflix. Stop judging me. Picture your brain like a plant. Put it in sunlight. Good environment. It grows. Leave it in a dark closet with dirty laundry. It dies. Simple. Now let's recap. Here's how to become smart. The easy way. Ask the dumb questions. Read weird, broad stuff. Steal brains through podcasts and books. Write everything down. Change your environment. Notice how none of this involved calculus, memorizing Shakespeare, or suffering through group projects with Chad, who never does the work. But wait, bonus hack. Because I like you, I'm giving you one extra. Teach what you learn. If you really want to look like a genius, explain what you just learned to someone else. Your brain goes from, I kind of get it, to, I own this knowledge. That's why teachers always seem smart. They're constantly re-explaining the same stuff. But also, they're underpaid and tired, so balance. So here's your homework. Yes, I'm giving you homework, but the fun kind. Pick one of these tips today, just one. Ask a dumb question. Read a random article. Write down a thought. Move to a different space. Or teach someone something you just learned. Do it, and boom. You're already smarter than 90% of people still scrolling TikTok videos of cats dancing. And hey, if you want to really look smart, hit that subscribe button. Because nothing says intellectual genius like watching self-improvement videos at 2 a.m. in your pajamas. Stay sharp, stay weird, and I'll see you in the next one.